The Galactic Dominion had conquered thousands of planets. They had crushed warrior species, outsmarted advanced civilizations, and wiped out entire empires. So when their explorers discovered a small blue planet called Earth, they expected an easy conquest. Primitive technology, one divided species, minimal resistance. But there was one thing the Dominion completely ignored: the planet itself. Because Earth wasn't just a world, it was a death world. And before the invaders ever fought humanity, they had to face Earth's wildlife. The invasion fleet arrived silently above Earth. Massive ships blocked the stars. Alien commanders observed the planet carefully. Blue oceans, green forests, vast continents. It looked peaceful, almost fragile. The Dominion High Commander, General Craxil, studied the planet's data. Primitive species, limited orbital defenses, minimal threat. He smiled confidently. This world will fall within hours. Dominion troop carriers descended into Earth's wilderness. They chose remote locations, dense forests, mountain ranges, uninhabited territories. Their reasoning was simple: establish ground bases first, then attack human cities. The first landing zone was a massive forest. Trees stretched endlessly in every direction. The alien soldiers stepped onto the surface of Earth for the first time. The air was thick, warm, alive. One soldier looked around uneasily. This planet feels wrong. The commander dismissed the concern. Focus on the mission. For several minutes, nothing happened. The forest remained silent. Then a sound echoed through the trees. A deep growl. Low. Powerful. The alien soldiers froze. What was that? Their scanners searched the forest. Movement detected. Multiple life forms approaching. The commander laughed. Local animals. Neutralize them. Out of the shadows emerged massive shapes. Large. Fast. Fur covered their bodies. Sharp teeth glinted in the dim light. Wolves. But to the alien soldiers, they looked like monsters. The pack moved silently, circling the landing team. One Dominion soldier raised his weapon. Targets locked. The commander nodded. Fire. Energy blasts erupted across the forest. Several wolves fell instantly, but the rest didn't run. They attacked. The wolves moved with terrifying speed. One leapt directly onto a soldier, claws tearing through armored joints. Another dragged a Dominion trooper to the ground. The aliens fired wildly. But the forest was dense, chaotic. The predators vanished between trees, then struck again. Within minutes, half the landing squad was dead. General Craxel received the emergency report. Landing team under attack. Unknown predators. Multiple casualties. He frowned. Animals. Yes, Commander. The general shook his head in disbelief. How can animals defeat trained soldiers? Then another message arrived, and another, and another. Across the planet, landing teams were reporting similar attacks, not by humans, but by Earth's wildlife. In the jungles of South America, Dominion troops encountered jaguars. In Africa, lions attacked scouting teams. In Australia, venomous creatures killed soldiers within seconds in the oceans. Dominion drones disappeared beneath massive shadows. Sharks, every ecosystem on Earth was fighting back. The Dominion had expected a peaceful planet. Instead, they had landed inside a living battlefield. Meanwhile, human governments had already detected the invasion. But instead of attacking immediately, they observed. Military analysts watched the reports from alien transmissions. Dominion troops being hunted, killed, dragged into forests, destroyed by animals they didn't understand. One human general leaned back in his chair. Well, looks like Earth's wildlife started the war before we did. Another officer smiled slightly. Welcome to the death world. After hours of chaos, the Dominion commander issued a new order. All forces regroup. No more forest landings. No jungle operations. They had learned their first lesson. Earth itself was dangerous. But they still believed humanity was weak. They still believed victory was inevitable. And that mistake would cost them everything. Because now, humanity was finally preparing to fight. The Dominion had expected to conquer a primitive planet. Instead, they discovered something terrifying. A world filled with predators, storms, venom, and a species that had survived it all. Because, on Earth, the most dangerous creature wasn't the wildlife. It was the one species that had learned to master it. Humans. And the invasion had only just begun. When galactic invaders met Earth as wildlife, the massacre beyond Pahart, to the planet that fought back within. Hours of the first landing, the Galactic Dominion realized something was very wrong. Their invasion strategy had worked perfectly for centuries. Land troops, secure territory, build bases, then attack the dominant species. But on Earth, the planet itself refused to cooperate. Dominion squads landing in forests vanished. Recon teams entering jungles stopped transmitting. Sensors picked up chaos across the continents. Predators, venomous creatures, environmental hazards the Dominion had never encountered before. One terrified soldier shouted through the radio, "Something is hunting us." The jungle incident inside the Amazon rainforest. A Dominion scouting unit moved cautiously through thick vegetation. Their scanners detected movement everywhere. Life forms surrounded them. Small, large, flying, crawling, climbing. Earth's biodiversity overwhelmed their sensors. Suddenly, one soldier screamed. A massive jaguar had leapt from the trees. It moved faster than their weapons could track. The alien soldiers fired wildly. The jungle erupted into chaos. Another creature attacked from behind. Snakes dropped from branches. Insects swarmed their armor joints. Within minutes, the entire unit was gone. The jungle became silent again. Part 3. The ocean disaster, Dominion then shifted strategy. If land was dangerous, the oceans might provide safer entry points. That assumption lasted exactly 20 minutes. A Dominion carrier deployed aquatic drones into the Pacific Ocean. The machines descended deep beneath the waves. Then, something enormous appeared on sonar. A massive shape moved toward the drones, faster than expected. The signal vanished. Another drone disappeared, then another. The final transmission showed rows of massive teeth, a great white shark. But the sharks weren't alone. Soon the ocean itself seemed alive with predators. Whales rammed Dominion machines. Giant squid crushed submersibles. Within hours, the Dominion fleet ordered all aquatic operations halted. One officer summarized the problem simply: this entire planet is hostile. Part 4. Humanity finally intervenes. Meanwhile, human military forces had been watching the invasion unfold. Satellites tracked every Dominion landing, every wildlife encounter, every failed operation. In a secure command center, a human general studied the data. The aliens are learning. Another officer nodded. They'll adapt eventually. The general leaned forward. Then we hit them before they do. Operation Storm Brecuman fleets launched from hidden orbital stations. Stealth ships surrounded the alien fleet silently. The Dominion had expected primitive resistance. What they encountered instead was precision warfare. Human ships struck supply vessels first, then communication relays, then navigation systems. Suddenly, the massive Dominion fleet lost coordination. Ships drifted apart. Orders stopped reaching their troops. Chaos spread across the invasion force. Part 5. The battle for Earth. Orbit realizing the invasion was collapsing. Dominion General Kraxel personally entered the battle. His flagship emerged from hyperspace. A colossal warship capable of destroying entire cities. Its weapons fired toward Earth. Human defense platforms activated instantly. Orbital railguns thundered. Missiles streaked across the sky. The battle for Earth orbit had begun. For the first time, the Dominion realized humans were far more advanced than expected. Human strategy instead of engaging directly. Human ships split into small hunter groups. Fast, agile, aggressive. They struck vulnerable targets and vanished. Dominion warships struggled to track them. Within hours, the invasion fleet was collapsing. Ships exploded across orbit. Debris burned through the atmosphere. The skies of Earth lit up with falling alien wreckage. Part 6. The Dominion learns the truth is his fleet collapsed. General Kraxel finally understood the truth. The wildlife had only been the beginning. The true apex predator of Earth. Wash. Humanity. The humans had allowed wildlife to weaken the invaders. Then they attacked with precision and overwhelming strategy. The general whispered quietly to himself, "We invaded the wrong world." Humanity's message with the Dominion fleet retreating. Earth broadcasts a message across the galaxy. A simple warning. If you come to conquer Earth, prepare to fight the planet itself. Because humans survived this world. And that makes us far more dangerous than you imagined. Final Honor, RTI, on across the galaxy. Military academies began studying Earth, not as a primitive world, but as a death world, a planet where storms rage violently, where predators dominate every ecosystem, where survival requires constant adaptation, and where one species rose above them all. A species that learned to survive everything Earth could throw at them. Humans. And from that day forward, no invasion fleet ever underestimated Earth again. The Dominion fleet retreated from Earth's orbit in chaos. Ships damaged, soldiers missing, entire divisions wiped out before they had even fought humanity. But General Kraxel refused to accept defeat. He gathered what remained of the invasion fleet at the edge of the solar system. His officers stood silently on the command deck. For the first time in centuries, the Dominion had failed. Kraxel looked at the tactical display of Earth. That planet defeated us without even using its full military. One officer spoke carefully. It wasn't just the humans, Commander. It was the world itself. Kraxel slammed his fist against the console. Then we will destroy the world. Weeks later, Dominion reinforcements arrived. Not hundreds of ships. Thousands. War fleets from across their empire gathered near Earth. At the center of the Armada floated a massive vessel. The Annihilator-class planet breaker, a weapon designed to destroy entire planets. General Kraxel addressed his fleet. If Earth itself is our enemy, then we will erase it. The Dominion Armada advanced toward the solar system again. This time with only one goal: total destruction. But the Dominion had overlooked something again. Humanity had not been idle. Deep beneath Earth's oceans, hidden inside asteroid belts, and buried within lunar bases, humanity had been preparing for the second invasion, because humans understood something that Dominion didn't. Earth wasn't just dangerous. It was a training ground. Every human soldier had grown up on a planet filled with predators, disasters, and constant challenges. Earth had forged them into survivors, and survivors are extremely dangerous in war. As the Dominion Armada approached Earth, human ships appeared. Not hundreds, not thousands, tens of thousands. Stealth fleets emerged from every direction, hidden stations activated. Orbital weapons powered on. The Dominion fleet suddenly realized they had entered a trap. Again, the second battle for Earth began instantly. Missiles filled space. Railgun projectiles tore through alien warships. Human fighter swarms moved like hunting animals. Fast coordinated, relentless. Dominion ships exploded across the solar system. Even their massive planet breaker struggled to defend itself. General Kraxel watched in disbelief. How does one species fight like this? A surviving officer answered quietly. They evolved here. Human command finally targeted the Dominion super weapon. Special forces ships launched toward the planet breaker. The alien crew attempted to stop them, but human boarding teams were unstoppable. Within minutes, the superweapon's core detonated. A massive explosion lit the entire solar system. The Dominion Armada began retreating again. But this time human fleets pursued them. When the battle ended, the Dominion had lost the largest fleet in its history. Across the galaxy, civilizations watched the battle recordings. Alien analysts studied the footage carefully, and they all reached the same terrifying conclusion. The Dominion hadn't invaded a weak world. They had invaded a death world civilization. Earth had always been dangerous. Predators, storms, oceans, venom, disasters. But one species had survived it all, adapted to Italiano, mastered it. Humans. And when the Dominion tried to conquer that world, they discovered the most important rule in the universe. Never invade a planet that trained its dominant species through constant survival. Because the creatures that grow up on death worlds become the most dangerous warriors in the galaxy. The destruction of the Dominion's second invasion fleet shocked the entire galaxy. For centuries, the Dominion had ruled through fear. Entire civilizations had surrendered the moment their warships appeared in orbit. But now, something impossible had happened. A single planet had defeated them. Twice, across the stars, conquered worlds began rebelling. Dominion governors suddenly found themselves facing uprisings they could no longer control. The empire that once dominated half the galaxy was beginning to fracture, and every rebellion shared the same inspiration. Earth. The Galactic Council had always feared the Dominion. For generations they had avoided open conflict, but now they watched battle recordings from Earth. Human ships fighting like predators. Dominion fleets collapsing. The infamous Planet Breaker weapon destroyed. One alien ambassador whispered quietly, "If humans can defeat the Dominion, then the Dominion is not invincible." For the first time in centuries, the galaxy felt hope. Baikonur Earth's celebrations were brief. Human leaders understood something important. This war wasn't over. The Dominion still possessed enormous fleets scattered across thousands of systems. But humanity faced a choice. They could chase the retreating Dominion forces and conquer their territory, or they could do something else entirely, something unexpected. The Human World Council gathered to decide the future. One general spoke first. "We could destroy them now." Another leader shook his head. That would only replace one empire with another. The room fell silent. Then the oldest representative spoke. "Earth knows what it means to survive. Let the galaxy decide its own future." Soon after, a human transmission spread across every known star system. It was not a declaration of victory. It was not a threat. It was a message. Human fleets would not invade Dominion territory. They would not conquer worlds. Instead, humanity would defend any civilization attacked by the Dominion again. For many alien leaders, the message was shocking. After defeating the greatest empire in history, humans had chosen restraint. Weeks later, the Galactic Council invited humanity to speak. Thousands of alien representatives gathered in the massive council chamber. Some curious, some nervous, some still unsure if humans were heroes or the next great threat. A human commander stepped forward, Admiral Marcus Hawley, the man who led the defense of Earth. He looked around the chamber. Then he began speaking. "Many of you believed Earth was weak. Some of you believed we were primitive. And some believed we were dangerous." He paused. "But none of you truly understood us." The screen behind him activated. Images of Earth appeared. Storms crashing against coastlines. Predators roaming forests. Volcanoes erupting. Massive oceans swallowing entire ships. This is our home. A world where survival was never guaranteed. He looked back at the alien representatives. "Humans did not become strong because we wanted power. We became strong because we had to survive." More images appeared. Human rescue ships saving alien refugees. Human doctors helping wounded soldiers from other species. Human fleets defending vulnerable colonies. We learned something important from living on a dangerous planet. The room was completely silent. Every alien species listening. When you grow up in a world that constantly tries to kill you, you learn two things. You learn how to fight, and you learn how important it is to protect others. Admiral Hale's voice became stronger. So let the entire galaxy hear this clearly. Humans do not want your worlds. We do not want your empires. We do not want your resources. He paused. But if someone threatens peace, if someone tries to enslave the weak, if someone threatens innocent lives, his voice turned cold, then they will face humanity. The chamber remained silent for several seconds. Then something unexpected happened. One alien ambassador stood up, then another and another. Soon the entire council chamber was standing, not in fear, but in respect. And that was the moment the galaxy finally understood humanity. Not conquerors, not destroyers, but protectors forged by the harshest world imaginable. A species born on a death world, a species that survived everything their planet could throw at them, and a species that chose to use that strength to defend others. Because when the Galactic Dominion invaded Earth, they thought they were conquering a primitive planet. Instead, they awakened the Guardians of the Galaxy. Humans